Welcome to episode 75 of the Drag Driver Pete Show presented by Summer Racing. For this episode, we're going to dive into Miles of Mayhem with car count, class count, close races, and stories from the racers midway through the week. And sometime during the show, I think it's about midway through, we're going to talk about the circuit 2025, and we're releasing dates and tracks tonight, right here on episode 75 of the Drag Driver Pete Show. Mr. Eric White, will you please hit that intro video for us, sir?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
We're gonna pack things up and hit the road and try to make it the next day.
All right, dude, we are live and ready for episode 75 of the Drag Driver Pete Show presented by Summer Racing. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this. My name is Mike Narx. I am the host of this Drag Driver Pete Show and the news that happens on Saturday mornings. And I'm headed to Detroit tonight. I'm leaving tonight to go for my first full announcing gig, dude. Can you tell I'm anxious? Can you tell I'm ready?
Yeah, yeah. You'll do good though.
I mean, listen, I think I can talk about Dragon Drive Racing, so we'll be fine. Mr. Eric White, please introduce yourself. Tell them who you are and what you got going on, dude.
I am Eric White, the co-host of both the show and the news, except for next week, 'cause I'm going to be on vacation, so I won't be here next week. But otherwise, I am your co-host every week. And outside of that, I do some photos at events, so wander around, take photos. I do some artwork, so some graphic design type artwork for different events, our events, other events, and just stay busy with all that stuff.
Yeah, you say some artwork. You've done a lot of artwork lately, and I want to say thank you because, dude, you've saved me a ton of time, and it looks way better than what I would do. So, you're the man. So, guys, if you're looking for like, I hate to just say event flyer stuff because it's so much more than that. But if you're looking for something that's going to help your brand pop, holler at Eric White. He's the man. Mr. Chris Wozniak in there making comments, guys. Bring the comments tonight. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. I want to say first off, you know the deal, guys. We can't do this without y'all. Race car friends are the axis this world turns on. I'm telling you, it's amazing to be up late and see the notifications coming in at all hours of the evening and in the middle of the day. I know what you guys are doing. You're sitting in the executive lounge on your phone looking at stuff. And I just want to say thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the shares. Thanks for all the stuff you guys have been doing lately. It's really has helped us have this spike in followers and views and all that kind of stuff. So we can't do that without our race car friends, which are you guys that are watching tonight. And I want to give a big shout out to Brandon Parker this week. Him and I've been having a ton of conversations lately, and there's something fun that he brought to my attention that we're going to include in the circuit 2025. But we're going to talk about that again around the middle of the show. We're going to talk about all the fun stuff there. And then, of course, we got to thank our sponsors. They make all of our travel. They make all the equipment and supplies and all the stuff we do here. They make it possible. So thank you to Summit Racing. Thank you to Driven Racing Oil. Thank you to Molly Motorsports. Thank you to Car Chains 3D, who actually lives up close to Detroit. And him and I and maybe Lance Strager are going to have dinner tomorrow night after the tech at Heads Up Hustle. And then WAF Racing, Chris Wozniak was in here earlier talking about that, dude, and love the new stacker, carb stacker / work stand. That's awesome that they've got. Performer built transmissions. We got to have Ryan on, man. We got to have him on to tell his story from Six Summer. Remind me of that. We'll do that the week after you get back. And then Howard's Cams, Luke B. I was actually messaging with him the other day, talking about some cam, shaft, and valve train, just questions I had. That's the great thing about having folks that are that smart in that community. And then I don't know if you guys have seen Sweet Patina has been all over the place, dude. They've been to so many different shows and stuff. It's been crazy. And our next step is to get them to a drag and drive, which my goal is the Circuit 2025 to be their first drag and drive event. And then Racing Junk Classifieds, we did a Racing Junk segment on Saturday's news. And dude, there was a car built by another drag and drive racer that was for sale in the drag and drive segment of Racing Junk Classifieds. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then, of course, PowerTube TV. That's where you can see some exclusive content from us. And then these episodes, we edit them down or edit them around, I guess, probably not down, to different episodes. So you have different parts of the show that are kind of, I would say, cut down into a easier to chew hour-long segment for a couple different episodes over there on their podcast specific channel. And then they just rolled out today an off-road specific like channel to find all of their builders and content creators on. So pretty cool stuff. So thank you to PowerTube TV. All right. Well, y'all know Summit Racing brings you this show. They bring you the news. They bring you a lot of the stuff we do, the Circuit 2025 as well. Well, their speed legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. Fueling your passion, they save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure you download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Jeremy's over there always posting stuff up and doing all his stuff. Justin, not Jeremy. Why do I call him Jeremy? Every time it's Justin. You can find him on the on all cylinders podcast as well, which is kind of like this automotive discussions podcast from humble origins to the social media lane. Summit Racing stands by your need for speed.
Let's pick up where Mike froze off there. So this week on Summit Racing was a way back Wednesday post. So this is the cover photo from July of 2014. So we're talking 10 years ago. This is Carl's first gen Camaro. It made the cover of their Facebook page for a week as the car of the month. So asking this to the group, is this something that you would like to see us do for Race Car Friends group? So do like a car of the month cover photo. And then the first week of the month would be a picture everyone votes on leading up to that. So I know I'm in a bunch of other groups, and that is a fairly common thing. So race car group friends kind of chime in and let us know what you think. Should we do something like that? We alternate, every month doing a different cover photo, because that's something that we can look at doing. All right.
Frustration is real. Holy moly. All right, guys. Well, like Eric said earlier, he's going to be on vacation, and we don't want to bother him while he's on vacation. We don't want him to take away from any of his sun tanning beach life that we're jealous of. I'm just a little jealous. So if you want to be next week's guest co-host, or somebody that would be a good alternative, hit me up. Let us know. We want to talk to them. We want to see how they get going on. We want to do it. We want to kind of have some fun with this. We've had Adam Dory on. We've I would say Derek Putnam kind of helped at some point. He was almost a co-host when we went through the driven racing oil stuff there for Six Summer. So
yeah,
if you're into that, holler at us. Let us know.
And clearly we need a co-host, because when Mike freezes, we got to have somebody on screen to keep rolling.
I mean, dude, I have no idea. It's got to be the link from the house to here. That's the only thing I can think about.
It just started recently. I mean, we did 70 episodes and hadn't had any issues. So
Yep. So I'm gonna have Andy's computer repair set up all this stuff. So maybe I have him come by one day next week and take a look at it, and maybe one of the antenna deals got hit with lightning or something. Who knows? I don't know. So yeah. Anyways, I'm back. Let's have some fun, dude. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into the driven racing oil events.
All right. Why gamble with performance or protection when you get proven results from driven racing oil? Trusted by top engine builders, winning racers, and devoted horsepower enthusiasts around the world. Driven takes legendary base oils such as the ones from Bradford, Pennsylvania, which comprise their GP1 line. Then Driven boosts that superior base with state of the art additive packages. Driven's GP1 Nitro 70 not only provides anti wear protection, but can even shield cylinders from washout and fuel dilution caused by using methanol or nitro based fuels. Learn more about Driven Racing Oil by following them on Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil, or shop now at drivenracingoil.com. And you can pick up one of these new red, white, and blue American flag, bald eagle on the back t shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can do that. And mine is packed in my suitcase, or I would be wearing it tonight as well. And then,
Yes.
yeah, orders over $100, over $99. Get a special. Hold on. Nope, wrong button. Yeah. So
There we go.
The Wizards car wash pack. It's kind of cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And they've been doing something like this recently, where they've been doing some kind of special. So this one is the July summer special, goes all the way through the end of the month, which is only a week from today. So
Yeah.
all orders $99 or more get free shipping. Plus you get that Wizards car wash pack. Look, you can get a Driven hat. You've got the new t-shirt. They've got garage banners. They got women's tanks. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. They've got a lot of different merch that's
Yeah.
pretty nice, very nice quality stuff. So
Yeah. Merch. And the oil.
yeah, oil counts too. We're only talking about merch, but yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget about what they're actually here for is the racing oil.
Yeah, the shirt's $15, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's cheap, man. Shirts now are 25 and $35. So that's a great deal. Well, guys, let's talk about Miles of Mayhem because it has been a bit wild, to say the least. There are 164 cars on the property, which I think is about what they had last year, or maybe a little more. I'll have to go back and look. I just didn't have time to do the reverse research today. I was trying all I can to get into this. So 164 cars. There's like 12 different classes. There's all kinds of class counts. So lead us into that, man. Tell us what's going on.
Yep. So the bracket class had 52 of the 164 cars. So obviously big class there. The 750 index had 24.
Yeah, that's huge. That makes for really, really tight racing.
Yeah. Yep. The man pedal, obviously one of our favorite classes, 18 in the stick shift man pedal class. And truck and SUV had 17, which is pretty impressive.
Man, that's wild to think that there's like that's a class in itself, but like that you would have that many racers in that class.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And it really makes sorry, I was gonna pull it up while we were sitting here. Looks like, I mean, there's some dudes that are fast in that class, like 580s from Steve Grunke.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick. I don't know what he drives, but that's fast for any truck or SUV, no
Right.
matter what it is. Yeah. And then of course, Pat Miker, we love that dude. His car is so sweet.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
is definitely a favorite there.
Fastest car of the event so far. He's run fours both days, 489 and a 4808. And then Steve Gronick in the little RX-7, I think is what it is, or Celica, one of the two. I can't even remember. I think it's Celica now. He's run a 489 or something like that, ran it yesterday. So pretty cool that those guys are out just kicking butt. Fours in the 8th mile in a street car is really, really fast for folks that don't know.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about some close races, because obviously with this many classes, you're going to end up with some stuff. I will say there's not as close as what I thought for the top 3, but we're only 2 days of racing in. So it kind of
Right.
makes you really see that starting on day 3 and 4, especially. So Modern Muscle is separated by, we're going to go over that in a minute. Modern Muscle separated by just 0.06 ish, somewhere in there, 59 or 61 or something like that. The bracket class, first place is Randy Hastings, second place is Gord Barnett. They are separated by 0.0013 between 2 days worth of averages. And then the top 7 in the bracket class, again, 52 cars in that class, they're separated by less than a tenth.
Wow.
Or sorry. Yeah, they're separated by less than a tenth, but they're a tenth difference in their ETs.
Mhm.
So the bracket is kind of like the DYO class everywhere else, right? And then man pedal and man card holder, Mr. Taylor Hedrick posted, the dude that drove from North Carolina 2,100-ish miles in
Yep.
to even start the event. He said, we currently sit fifth out of 17 cars. Unfortunately, this is after day one. Unfortunately, that standing will only fall as we have hurt the engine. That's so sad. He said, I'm not willing to kick the rods out of this thing this far from home. We've decided to stay, take it easy, try to finish the week and have fun cruising with our awesome Canadian buddies. He said, this is a heartbreaker. However, I'm surrounded by truly awesome people and are still having a blast. He said, side note, next week, this engine comes out of the car, never to return again.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
And is
yeah,
is that his car in this photo?
yeah, yeah. So this is, again, a stick shift, 7-second, 2-valve Mustang. This car, he's been, I'm not going to say plagued. He's come out and won some events, but we saw him at Midwest Drags last year. He had ballooned the radiator.
Yep.
Then he had struggles after that at another event. I think it was Drag Week maybe, or Southeast Street and Eat. And then so he's back. Dude, driving this thing, he'll have, what did we say, 5,300 miles on it or something like that by the time he gets home.
Right. Yeah. And he's
Wild.
just pushing the limits of that car. That's what it comes down to.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're just all over a small block, a minuscule cubic inch setup that's what's happening. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
having to push it so hard that things are breaking.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah,
Wonder what he's gonna throw in it next.
LS probably.
Think so?
No, there's no way. So
I
he
would
should.
be all for it.
Oh yeah,
So a couple things to add about Miles of Mayhem. Couple cool stories. For the first time in 4 years, Miles of Mayhem had to call a day for rain.
yeah. That's
That's
pretty wild to think that you got, what, 20 days worth of racing out of this thing with
yeah.
no rain. Wow.
Yep. Yep. And then over on the right there, that is hilarious. They are doing some golf cart drag racing.
Yeah, in the hotel parking lots, unloaded them and are out there just making rips.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's in those photos. They're too
Yeah.
small for me to see there, but that is absolutely hilarious. Glad to see they're having some fun though.
No, yeah. Yeah, flagger and everything there.
Yep. And Ron Thiessen, roadside transmission change here. So you can see these couple of photos. That's got to be rough. Transmission change on
Oh,
the side of the road is not a good time.
yeah, no. No, and they're saying it's really hot, like in the what would be, 30 degrees plus Celsius up there, which I think is like in the 90s, right?
You got me.
Yeah, I think 32 is hot. 32 degrees 100. So, yeah, it's got to be hot.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So yeah, that's not fun, but best of luck there. Guy Incognito swapped
That's his name on Facebook. I love it.
swapped a rear diff into this Challenger there, so you can see
Yep.
that this is at the track though, right?
Yeah, I think this was at the track and ended up having to like beat the piece apart. Like had to beat the old axle out of it and all that kind of, or the old axle out of it and everything. It's pretty crazy.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes! At least it's not a roadside repair. If there's a benefit, that would be it
Yeah.
there.
Well, and I think this was also on day one. So like if it's too tough, you could maybe make the change. You could go,
Yeah.
I just put that thing on the trailer. Let's go home.
Yeah. This one was sad. I saw this one the other morning. Jacob, what is it? Beckert?
Mm-hmm. That's the way
Uh,
I pronounce it. Yeah.
he hit a deer, found parts, fixed it, and stayed in the race. Then makes another post that says, "Well, we're out for real this time." Filled it with Pump 94, loaded a spicy tune, and then took some timing out, but the ECU didn't save my changes and scattered a motor after like 6 highway pulls.
Mm.
Yikes. But let me tell you, an LS flies at 30 degrees of timing on 6 psi. It was
Yeah.
fun until it wasn't, but it was the perfect spot to break just outside the hotel and the closest we'd be to home all week.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really sad. When I first saw the picture on the left there of the after they'd hit the deer, man, I was sad for them. That's a cool car. And then to find the parts and get it all fixed, and then have the engine just decide it didn't want to play anymore. That's really sad.
Yeah, that's absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, you hitting a deer and then like, saying, "Hey, we're done," and then getting the parts and being like, "All right, we're back in it." And then
Yeah,
that is, I mean, that's absolutely deflating. There's no
yeah,
other way to put it.
yeah. That's for sure.
All right. And then this is the repaired fender on that after
Yep,
hitting the deer.
yep,
Yeah. So, man, that's tough.
yeah,
And then King of the Open Road is coming up August 2nd through August 4th. From their Facebook page, it says so many amazing cars from all over the country are coming to the 405 to get down and prove who is the king of the open road. We still have spots available if you are on the fence. Should be a packed house and a damn good weekend. So, again, August 2nd on Friday, registration, and then a 250-mile cruise.
yep. Through Oklahoma, dude, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Jared routes are always just, mm,
yeah, they're on point for sure.
yeah.
And the town of
Sapulpa.
Sapulpa, okay, Sapulpa, Oklahoma, is blocking off Route 66, which is their main street, for the afternoon. King of the Open Road will have the Mother Road to themselves. How cool is that?
Oh, dude, and Sapulpa's really cool because it's really old school. Like the buildings were built in, the heyday of Route 66, and so you've got this really cool backdrop, and then to have it shut down and 150, 200 cars cruising down through there, it's gonna be
Yeah.
wild.
Yep. And then after the sun goes, the historic Route 66 TP Drive-In movie theater is going to be showing Twisters. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. That sounds like a fun date night, and this event was originally scheduled for April, and being in August, people will be ready for some sundown action by then.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. It's been 80 degrees here all week, so maybe it'll be 80 degrees there then as well.
Yeah. And then August 3rd and August 4th will be racing all day at Thunder Valley. You've got roll racing, drag racing, and then a huge car show on Saturday. All right, and then we've got the New York State Dragon Drive. This one is August 2nd through 4th, and you, you can see the shirt there on the left. How cool is that one? Big
Oh man, I
apple,
love
big
that. Yeah.
burnout.
Yep. Yeah, I love that setup there. It looks really cool. It's gonna be a great shirt.
Yeah, yep, for sure. And then obviously you can see the flyer on the right there. So registration is going to be Friday the 2nd, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Skyview. Then depart Skyview at 10:30 and head to Lebanon Valley.
Yeah,
So,
so no racing the first day, they register and drive. So,
yep,
we kind of talked about that a little bit before, how it ends up how that's pretty cool. Like we've talked about maybe doing a little bit of that with the circuit. So all right, and then Nostalgia Nights is the 15th through 17th. So you got a little bit of a break, got 2 weeks worth of break there between the New York State Dragon Drive and Nostalgia Nights. Again, Wabash Valley Dragway to Muncie Dragway, going to be Terre Haute, Indiana, which is where Jesse Fox of 3G Video is from.
yes, it is.
So kind of exciting for him
Yeah,
to get up there and do that. Be
yep,
at home.
yeah. I've been there actually quite a few times to Terre Haute, so that's kind of a cool place.
Nice.
All right, I've got all kinds of stuff popping up on my screen here. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Up next is the Dragway Rush. This is August 23rd through 24th. This is the only drag and drive in Eastern Canada. So obviously, we know plenty of Canadians. So make sure you head over and support this one if you can. This one's going to be cool. And again, the only one on that side of Canada.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. And what's neat about this is like you actually have New York with the New York State Drag and Drive, and then you also have Dragway Rush, and they're just 3 weeks apart in the same kind of part of the continent there. So that'll be kind of cool
Right.
to see how that all works. Hopefully that brings more people out. And then of course we know that SICTA magazine is talking about doing one in that part of the country. So maybe this will get people's whistle wet and they can get up there and do that.
Yeah, it's super cool seeing,
Yeah.
these first time events popping up in different parts of the country that have been really missing a drag and drive. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I see Jay here saying 86-degree transmissions in the pits suck, especially on a dirt roadside looks worse.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that at Drag Week. And then let's talk about the upcoming national events. These are, of course, Drag and Drive World Champion points eligible events. You got Redwood Rally, which is on the, like they say here, the left coast Drag and Drive event. So this is California and starts September 16th and runs through the 22nd. And on the 22nd, they're doing like a small tire shootout heads up deal. It's gonna be really, really fun. I wish this was on our list for 2025, but sadly, it is at the same time as Drag Week. So,
For 2024.
yeah, sorry, yeah, it's definitely on the list for 2025. One of us is going to this one in 2025. Dang it!
Yep. And then the next points eligible event. Uh, it's kind of funny. All three of these points eligible events are going on at the same time, which
Dude.
is
It,
wild.
it's gonna be so. Well, let's talk about after that. Let's talk about the world champion stuff.
All right. So the next one then is Hot Rod Drag Week. Obviously, this is the 20th running of Drag Week, starting at National Trail Raceway. This goes September 15th through the 20th, and both myself and Mike will be on site for this
Mhm.
event.
Yep, I'll be here until Thursday morning, and then I'm flying to Kansas City. But Eric is going to ride the rest of the week out. It's going to be awesome, dude. I can't wait. And then, of course, Rocky Mountain Race Week. This is the one for me. This one actually, this is what got me started. And sadly, it's on the same week as the others. And listen, Pine Valley Raceway in Texas. This is going to be a really cool one, or a really hot one, really great one. If the weather cooperates, this could be one of the coolest ones out there because they're hitting brand new tracks nobody has ever been to, and they're hitting a state that no drag and drive has ever visited that I can find. I don't know of any drag and drive that has ever been in Louisiana. So this is going to be really, really interesting to bring 300 cars through, northern Louisiana
Yeah,
as part of race week or 2.0 is what some folks call it.
right. But yeah,
Well,
it's there's gonna be a benefit for you on having all three of these eligible events happening at the same time, because you're not gonna have to try to change the standings after every event because
yeah,
it's just gonna change all at once. So
yeah,
although not ideal to have them all on the same week,
no.
it is gonna save you a little bit of time going through it.
Well, and the good thing is, like what typically happens, especially like with Big Sky Race Week and then Rocky Mountain or Six Summer and Rocky Mountain, with those being so close, you end up with a racer that may have done both, but for Six Summer they spelled it with Mike, and then for Race Week they put in Michael. So having to
Mhm.
find all of that, well, that will alleviate all of that, and I'll just have to do that one time now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty interesting to talk about the Drag and Drive World Champion complications with that is that means we're literally looking at where we stand now, which is Bryant Goldstone in the lead. He could literally be dethroned that week, but he's also going to Drag Week, I would imagine. I haven't confirmed that with him, but I think he is.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there. Well, it's not necessarily his stuff that we're like we know there's a handful of people that can match his points. And so we're going to go over that in a later episode. But the everybody underneath, that's a huge thing, man, because it really takes out for a lot of folks, like a lot of drag week people, it could take out that race week that could be their backup.
Hmm.
Now what backup are they going to have? Now what is that one if they're chasing this? What are they going to which one are they going to go to now? Which one do they have to go to get that maybe that one point that literally that one point that could come down to being the that's what you needed to be number one.
Yeah.
Because we got like a 1 point difference between Randy Seward and Brian Acton in the 850 world champion deal, and then the 10-0 stuff is so open. I mean, anybody could have a great event and just be way ahead. Joe
Yeah.
Haney leading right now with 60 points. Second person, I can't remember their name, but they've got 58 points. I mean, that's literally the difference in being first and being second. Like that's a 3-point gap in the class that you choose. So
Right.
make your choices wisely for your class entry. Maybe it's not the best for you to be in a class that has 70 people in it. Maybe it's better to move your car up and go into a class that's got 10 or 12 and play the long game. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, let's talk about Molly Motorsports, man, because I love those guys over there. Eric and the team at Molly are so awesome. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and racers, meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improves temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. Tailored for various engine families from small block Chevrolet to Volkswagen and Audi, Molly has you covered. What sets them apart? Forged pistons, obviously, Grifol coating, and phosphate treatments for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsport, where performance meets precision. Unleash the power within. Visit mollymotorsport.com for all the details. You can't even go into the layout of all the pistons they make. And for podcast listeners, Molly is spelled Mahle.
Yes, yes. Jay here saying, are the points posted somewhere after Midwest Drags?
They are not. They will be, though.
And Trevor Brandon, where do you find your points to see where you're at?
It's coming as well. I've got to get the Midwest Drags updated because I don't want to put those up and then go right in behind that. And I want to be able to post the top like 100 points standings so everybody can see where they're at. And that just takes gobs of time to manipulate all of that data.
Don't you got kids?
Right? Hey, I wish she'd work, man. I was paying her. I was trying to get her to do it. She did manually input all the data from Midwest Drags, and I think that ruined her for me. So, that's the way it goes.
All right. So this week's Molly Motorsports co-pilot spotlight was sent to us by none other than Mr. Jonathan Stonecipher for his co-pilot during Rocky Mountain Race Week. Everyone's heard us talk about Tim Gorley of Go Fast Photography. Obviously, he rode with me as well during the circuit, and we had an absolute blast doing that, riding in the minivan. I think his ride for Rocky Mountain Race Week was a little bit cooler than my minivan, though. They got to ride in Stoney's 2004 Corvette Z06. That's only one of 1,186 black Z06s of 2004. A little bit cooler than a Chrysler. I don't even remember what I had. Pacifica, something like that.
Yeah. Minivan. Super sexy.
Yeah. But I made it look good. What makes a good co-pilot? He shows up on time and takes fabulous pictures. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
Tell us a story about how your co-pilot saved the day. He kept me awake and saved me several times from hazardous road conditions. Tell us a funny story about your co-pilot. Even though he carries a camera, he is a little camera shy to be in front of the lens and not behind it. I added a pic of him shot by none other than Michael Narx and a photo he got of me in my natural habitat. So we got those photos in here. There we go. So obviously a photo of him on the left there, getting a shot of the, is that an OBS? I think that's an OBS there.
Mm-hmm.
And then yep. And then a picture on the right there of I see Stoney there.
Oh yeah. And then breaking news, Bryant Goldstone just sent me a message that Drag Week 2012 went through Louisiana. It hit Gilliam, Louisiana. So cool. Thanks,
nice.
dude. Appreciate that, Bryant.
I thought you were saying he was going to announce that he was going to be at Hot Rod Drag Week.
Oh, I hope. Tell him, hey, you're going to be at Drag Week.
Carter Snell, nice truck. That it is.
Yeah, that's
so So again, guys, if you guys want to tell us about your co-pilot, we've already got the link in the chat. Click the link, head over to our website. At the top, you'll see Molly Motorsports Co-Pilot Spotlight. Tell us a story about those co-pilots. This is one of our favorite segments. We love talking about the co-pilots because we feel like they often get left out, and we want to highlight all the good stuff that they do on these events.
Oh yeah. And before we move on, I want to say why these are the kind of things I like so much about the Molly guys. Obviously, we've had Eric on in the past talking about pistons and all that kind of stuff, but like this was on their Facebook the other day. It was talking about the I don't know, just their willingness to share this kind of stuff. But it's piston rings will micro weld themselves to the top of the piston groove. They were in this post. It talks about especially like in boosted applications because of the heat. So they said the closer to the top of the piston the ring is, the better for sealing. But once you do that, it really kind of gets into like this whole piston or ring micro welding itself, and that's what the picture on the right is actually just really small welds from that ring onto the piston itself, which in turn makes that piston ring stay in its place, which you don't want that. You want that thing moving around and always being in different positions than the other two. So I just thought that was really cool, and appreciate them for putting that out there, and
Oh yeah, we always love the tech
teaching
tips for sure.
stuff. Yep. And the one of the biggest reasons that we love the team at Molly is because they are also drag and drive racers. That's Eric's Nova on the right, and then George did Drag Week 2022 or 3 on the left, I think 23 in his Duster. So super cool guys. They've been on a lot of events this year, and they brought the tent set up to most of them, I think, as well.
Chris Wozniak here saying Raj set him up on a blind date with Matt Blasco at Sick Week 2024. Stranger danger all week.
Yeah, you got to watch those Canadians, man. They're all about the blind date stuff. Well,
Yeah.
guys,
Let's
talk about
let's
the
hear it.
circuit.
Let's hear
Dude,
it.
I'm so
2025.
excited about this. So, the circuit 2025 is going to be huge. Huge. Are you hearing me? It's going to be big. It's the biggest event I've ever put on. 2023 was awesome. Everybody that came, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting your faith in me to host an event that was going to be a lot of fun. The circuit 2025 is going to be even bigger. I promise. We're gonna have a blast. We have moved. Little backstory: the reason we do the circuit in April is because my dad's birthday was April 4th. I've been working for years trying to get the dates and schedules to line up to where I could host it on his birthday weekend. Again, we lost my dad in 2020, February of 2020, and that's really what kicked all of this off. Well, for 2025, we will actually do our first day of racing on my dad's birthday, which is really, really cool. That's really awesome. I want to say thank you to the tracks that have helped me work through this because it's really taken some stuff. Now, here's the struggle with the tracks doing that is they always are scared of rain. This also allows us an opportunity to schedule later in the year if we need to do a makeup date or something like that. Okay. The Circuit 2025 will be hosted at Tulsa Raceway Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is a huge facility. It's going to give us as much room as we could ever imagine. But I'm going to tell you why. One other thing that's really cool about it in a minute. We're going to drive from there on Route 66 to Mocan Dragway, which has been a host track of ours for 11 years. I love Mocan. We are switching things up. Obviously, my work with Tulsa makes this a little easier for the schedule, right? So Tulsa to Mocan, back to Tulsa. We're staying at 3 days of racing, y'all. I feel like I want this to be the premier regional event. I want people falling all over themselves to get into this thing. And we already have a sponsor on board. This is exciting. Chris Paget with Paget Performance or Paget Automotive. He's going to sponsor the heavyweight class. So Jack
Sweet.
Crawford, get your stuff ready. We're working out the rules on that. Rules will be posted here in the next couple weeks. I would say there's not going to be much change between 2024s and 2025s, but we are going to follow the plan of Drag Week. Whatever we put in today, we are or this for 2025 is going to be in effect for 3 years. So it's got to be right. You can't make changes mid on all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about that. We're still working on car count and how that looks with both tracks, obviously routes, and then this allows me to really get a whole new charity. We worked with a brand new charity for 2024, which was awesome. I love the Southwest uh, Children's Haven of Southwest Missouri, but we're going to find one in Tulsa so they can hopefully bring. Of course, it's going to be a children's charity. Bring those over to the thing. And then Jay Blanchard here saying, how do the shirts look? Oh, they're going to look awesome because they're going to have a gray 72 Nova on them because Brian Acton was the fastest quarter mile car we had. And then uh, Jim Parkinson is going to be the other car on that because he's our fastest 8th mile car. So that's pretty awesome. But again, we're going to have a lot of stuff through the next few weeks as this thing kind of gets lined out. Now that we have dates again, April 3rd through 6th is going to be our race dates. We're going to do a pre-tech and dinner party, pre-party dinner on Thursday night, April 3rd. So get that in, get your times put in for vacation and all that kind of stuff. Be ready for this. It's going to be a blast. You need to be following the Circuit, a charity with horsepower, on Facebook. That's where we'll probably post most of the stuff first, and then we'll be sharing it from there over to Drag Driver Pete and to my personal page, to Eric's personal page, all that kind of stuff. So again, thank you to everybody. I see my messenger is blowing up here in the background. Yes, I'll get to everybody after the show, but I'm sure it's all about the Circuit stuff. So let's get ready. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Circuit 2025, Tulsa to Mocan to Tulsa. I hope you're ready for this one, dude.
I am. I am always ready.
Yeah.
The only downfall, Tulsa is a little bit farther for me to get to than Mocan is.
Yes, but flights between Chicago and Tulsa are super cheap most of the times. So maybe
Might
we'll
have
just
to look
fly
at
you
that route.
down and just do another rental car and it'd be easier that way.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's I don't remember what I looked. It might be close to 10-ish hours drive
phew,
from here to Tulsa.
phew, that's wild. Yes,
That's a lot of driving.
yeah, yeah. That's hey, that's our life. That's our life. Steve Gronick here saying hi, hey from the highway on Miles of Mayhem right now. It's
Yep.
pretty awesome, dude.
Yep. Brandon asking if we're going to be at PRI this year. You know it.
Yeah.
Actually, Mike has seen them, but just worked out what I think is probably Rev 1 of our Race Car Friends sticker this year, and they are going to be awesome.
Yeah, they're going to be really, really cool. We're trying to pin the details on when we're going to release the photos of that. And then
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Travis Wise of Revved Up Laser Works. He hit me up today. He's like, "Hey, if you're doing the award show, which we are, we need to get working on some trophies." I was
Yeah.
like, "What? You're right." So I appreciate having good people behind us, man. It really helps keep me in line.
Yeah. Not to mention, it's only like 4 months away.
Dude, golly, that
Yeah,
is
the
that's
circuit's
intense.
gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
Yep.
It's gonna be it's not on mine or my wife's birthday this year, which makes things way easier for me. So that's a plus too.
Perfect. Yeah, that does make it easier. You won't have anything to make up for. You don't have anything special to do. Well, do you want to lead us into some thanking our race car friends and stuff?
Yep, absolutely. All the comments in here tonight's been great so far. We're only halfway through the show, so keep them coming. Thank you to all of you guys, our race car friends. Be on the lookout for when we drop this PRI sticker. I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. Also, thank you to our sponsors Summit Racing, Driven Racing Oil, Molly Motorsports, Car Change 3D, WAF Racing, Performabuilt Transmissions, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, Racing Junk, and of course, Power Tube TV.
Oh yeah, love those guys at Power Tube.
Carl, make chest hair great again.
That's exactly right. Well, guys, the gentleman's agreement. It's time. Here's the deal. If you're watching this and you've enjoyed this, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy providing this for you. But listen, it's not free and it takes a ton of time, like a boatload of time to do this. But we're willing to make you a trade. We'll trade you all that time and all that effort that we do for a follow or a subscribe. That's all we're asking for. Wherever you're at right now, hit the follow, hit the subscribe button. And for the folks that are following and subscribing already, please hit the share button. Let your friends know what you're watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Let's move into the Howard's Cams community segment, dude. I'm excited about this week. There's some cool stuff.
Yep, I will go ahead and we're going to hit that Howard's Cam video and then we'll get into it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
I want to say thanks. Quick shout out to Monoxide, to Harris over there. We met him last year at PRI, and Eric doesn't know this, but we've already set up a time or set up a yes, we're going to have to get together conversation with Harris while we're both at PRI. So,
oh yeah, we did our first podcast with him there last year, and
Yep.
that was a ton of fun too.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited to have him to do some ad reads for us. That was pretty cool. That saves some people from our voice for sure. And
Yeah.
guys,
I was gonna say, I literally just watched you type this, so this was not on the notes. Literally 30 seconds ago, Mike just typed breaking news into our notes. So, what do you
yes.
got?
Bryant Goldstone has confirmed he will be at Hot Rod Drag Week 2024.
There we go. There we go. That's his fourth event.
Yes, for the year. Awesome. Crazy. I can't believe it. Fourth national event. He's only due to do 3 so far that I've seen. He said, this is a direct quote. He said, I will be at Drag Week, so no need for my slow friend Dave and the rest of Unlimited Iron to show up.
I love it. Love it.
So
love
don't
it.
worry, guys. Y'all stay at home or pick another class. It's fine.
Yep,
that's exciting. Breaking news there for you guys.
Yep, you're talking about the 2023 world champion Brian Goldstone, right?
Yeah, in
Okay.
that javelin that just dominated the points series last year and is currently leading the points again for 2024 with 3 national events and has won every class. He's done reset records twice and ran 6s at each event. Yeah, that dude.
All right, good. We're on
Yeah.
the same page then.
Yeah, and he used his free entry that Matt Frost provided last year to Rocky Mountain as he went into Rocky Mountain this year, and it was his first time to attend Rocky Mountain Race Week, so it worked. It was exactly what that stuff was supposed to do, and it worked. And he went in and dominated, man, fastest car of the event.
Yep, yeah, and we got to start working on starting to release what that stuff is going to look like for the winner for 2024 soon as well, because
Yep.
like I just said, we got 4 months until PRI.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I do have that Matt Frost has provided free entry into the mega. I was going to say Mega Cash Days, but that's not what it is. But the Mega Dragon Drive for the Dragon Drive World Series, Dragon Drive Super Bowl. I don't know, whatever it is. I think it's World Series. I think is what you would call it.
Yeah.
For 2025. So whoever wins the 2024 Dragon Drive World Champion has a guaranteed free spot into the 2025 biggest event to ever be hosted.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and in other new news, we've got Lapeer Dragway has been sold. I just heard about this. I think it was either yesterday or earlier today that I read about that. So this could be good. We don't know yet. The previous owner did struggle against the city and the county and even the old owner. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. But if you are looking, what's that?
I said I hope it's
Yeah.
good for me.
Yeah, if you're looking for an event that visits this track, Lapeer Dragway, make sure to sign up for Back to the Street 2024, which is registration opened up last Saturday. So that is open to go register for now. And that is the promoter is Matt Lang for that event as well. So Back to the Streets 2024 will go through Lapeer. So if you want to show some support to that track, make sure you go sign up for that.
Yeah, this was a crazy deal. Everybody that was at the track, that was a regular at the track, that when we were there for Back to the Streets last year, was just talking about how much the previous owner before this last one that sold, that that they just, I mean, they made it almost impossible for him to operate. Having to close it like dark and couldn't run on Saturday night or something like. I mean, it was like just this entire thing. And the previous owner to him lived really close. So if they were in an infraction at all, he called the cops on them. And the cops
That's
were on
crazy.
his. I mean, it's just wild, dude. It's sad, really. If you're not gonna, if you sell your business, which was what that first dude did,
Yes.
you can't be mad if somebody's going to go in and run it better than you did. You just, I mean, dude,
Correct.
are you trying to buy it back? No, you just wanted it closed because you built your house too close when you
Yeah.
owned it. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me.
Like
So,
like sell
anyways,
the house too then, because there is
yeah.
a drag racer that would love to be right next to the racetrack.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? I
I,
don't know. And we've been looking at a lot of stuff with Tulsa, and I'm like, man, there's so much opportunity here.
yep.
Yeah, garages and shops and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes into people having to drive that far. Anyways, good luck to Lapeer. I'm excited for them. I hope that it works out. All the good wishes to them because that track is really cool. I love the way they do the containers. It gives you a really neat view. They've got stands on top of the containers, so like your visibility is awesome. I mean, it really is a super cool track.
Yep. And again, back to the streets. We'll be there. Um, coming up. I forget what the date is for this one. Do you know offhand? I think it's the end
It's
of September, right?
Yep, yep. End of September, like September 26th through 29th.
Yep. Yep. So again, if you want to support Lapeer, go sign up for that. Registration was last Saturday, so it is open. Back to the streets, dnd.com.
hmm And then heads up hustles this weekend. Again, I leave tonight. I just wanted to hit this one more time because I'm really anxious. So, guys, bear with me because I'm going to go live a couple times during the event right there so you can hear my sweet, buttery voice on the mic as well. But it is my first full announcing gig. So I'm kind of pumped about that. But the reason I brought it up is because I wanted to show this picture. Look how cool that picture is of this thing, man.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
going to be a lot of fun.
yeah, this is super cool. I really like this design.
Yep. So I went through today and well, John Paul Franks and Melissa. John Paul's the promoter and Melissa's my wife. They all went through, made notes. I made notes. They helped sort them. Melissa printed a bunch of sheets for me. So I'll have the racer profiles that Eric designed and posted for us on Drag Drive Repeat. I have all of that information. It will be in a 3-ring binder by the time I get to Heads Up Hustle tomorrow. So I think that's going to help me, like as far as moving through and having notes and having things to talk about. Because I think that's probably my hardest part is making sure that I have all of the data that I need in a timely manner to where I can see it as people are pulling up. So it's going to be kind of cool, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. If
Yep.
there's any kind of sticker or T-shirt of this,
Oh yeah.
you might have to send me one for sure.
Yeah. I'll grab you both for sure.
Super cool logo that they got created. Love that, especially the drag and drive street signs. Just
Oh
a little
yeah.
bit of extra detail on there goes a long way.
Yep.
And then we've got Danny Grubaugh made a post about his new trailer that he found for the top of the Gucci AMC wagon. I think that is super cool. He said, found me a rooftop topper for the Gucci for 666. She's a display model trailer. It's gonna look epic. There will be a small container on the side of it with markers on it. I would love everyone who does 666 to sign the side of the U-Haul trailer. That
That's really
is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. And talk about like a really neat piece that can go on the shelf, that can go anywhere in your house, that can go in your shop and look cool forever. Like it looks cool now with nothing on it. Now imagine there's signatures all over it, 300 or 400
Right.
signatures all over it.
Right, absolutely. So everybody that is signed up or on 666, make sure you find this and go sign that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And he drives the green AMC wagon, which this year will be way different. It was the inline 6 AMC powered last
Yep.
year. And this year, I think it's turbo LS or
Yep. I
will be
think that's
turbo. I don't think it's turbo LS yet, but I think it's
yeah,
getting there.
yeah, we got a couple more months until 666. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that was the plan.
Dude, less than 3 months.
Yes. Yes. Where has the season went?
I don't know, man. It is going crazy. Well, man, send us out. Let's get out of here so I can get on the road.
Yep. All right. So once again, guys, it's been a fun night. We've had a ton of people in here watching, ton of people making comments. Thank you to you guys. You guys are what help keep us going. You guys are what's going to get Mike from where he's sitting now to Detroit to get on a mic and preach drag and drive to all the people at that event. And again, guys, thanks to our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Summit Racing Equipment, Driven, Racing Oil, Molly Motorsports, Car Chains 3D, WAF Racing, Performabuilt Transmission, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, Racing Junk, and Power Tube TV. Guys, we will see you on the next episode.
All right. See you guys.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.